Oh, this thing, oh, my fellow brothers and sisters. Welcome. We go one start, I go put national anthem for Ambazonia. Ambazonian anthem, I go put them when we go one start. So I want to thank the people waiting there. Today we thank diaspora for finally coming together. And Colonel Vela will be taking some very good turn today because diaspora have come together. Thanking diaspora for coming together, the bushfallers, those abroad, overseas. The spirit was felt by those in Germany, those in UK, in Belgium, in Australia, in Canada. Everyone was celebrating it. Everyone was celebrating it. Everyone. The only people who were not celebrating were the Ground Zero forces. The Ground Zero forces were hearing, but they were not celebrating. They were, as you can tell, President Paul Biya and Issa Cheruma can tell you, they were not celebrating. These are the only people that were not celebrating. The self-defense forces. They were in the field. You saw what happened in BME yesterday. What happened in BME yesterday in Boya, Bamenda, Batibo. The restoration forces sent a couple of terrorists down yesterday. Even the commander of the B in BME was sent to hell yesterday. The commander of the B in BME was sent to hell yesterday. So, as much as we in abroad, diaspora, we were all celebrating, our restoration forces did not take a break. They were all on the fields. So, we want to thank the diaspora. So many people, like Colonel Vela, maybe, I've seen it, saying that diaspora going out and protesting is not their right, it's not good for the struggle. Let me say it here as it is. What do you want the diaspora to do for you to thank the diaspora? What do you want those abroad to do for you to thank them? If you cannot count one, you will not count two for sure. If you cannot count 1 and 2, you cannot count 3 for sure. For you to be able to count 5, you must have known how to count 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. The diaspora is coming. The time for the diaspora, they are coming. They are in the struggle. They are doing their best. If you don't appreciate the diaspora for coming together, for coming to this greatest unity, and we all knew that the diaspora has the ultimate to say on the grounds. To be very honest, folks, you know, I am very controversial and I don't give a damn when I'm saying something, whether it opposes people's view or not. I don't care. I say it as it is because we are in the reality talk show. Reality talk show must not please everyone. So to those of you people who are against the diaspora, try to use Colonel Vela to hit so hard on the diaspora. Let me put the flag close to me. The flag must always be close to us. The flag is here. Flag, you have come to stay. No group has come to stay in this struggle. We said it from day one. The only thing that has come to stay is the flag and the Ambazonia. The flag has come to stay. You will hear the flag till you get tired. The flag has come to stay. Ambazonia has come to stay. We say group, no group has come to stay. Some people don't understand. Our groups have come together now. So you who say group has come to stay, group has come to stay. Every time I remind my fellow brothers and sisters, no group in the revolution has come to stay. It is either Ambazonia has come to stay or Ambazonians have come to stay. You cannot say a group has... Now unity is coming. You see this? This is why we were saying that no, don't be saying group has come to stay because it's hindering unity. So the unity was hindered because of people who believe that every particular group has come to stay. And it doesn't happen like that in the revolution that want to win. So as from today, we have learned a lot in this struggle. Groups have come and passed, groups have come and passed. And the reason why groups come to pass is because of unity. Because we are fighting to see if we can unite ourselves. We will not unite ourselves when you consistently say a group has come to stay. In the whole universe, The only thing that have come to stay are dictatorships like President Paul Biya in Yaoundé, like CPDM in Yaoundé, like the kingships. These are things that have come to stay. We are not building a kingship. So nothing has come to stay. Not even in the great America has any government ever come to stay. Not even in UK that has a queen has any parliament ever come to stay. In the world that we are building systems and institutions that are going to serve human beings, general populations and not particular individuals, everything cannot come to stay. Everything must always have to witness change. There must always be reformation. They must witness some kind of systematic and institutional changes that favors the human beings that live under those systems. That is why we are in the struggle. For God's sake. And to the people that like to voice out, you like to voice out, whether you are voicing out positively or negatively, one of the reasons we come to this struggle is that you should be able to voice it out. And we don't give a damn whether it is right or wrong. Whether you are right or wrong, you have to voice it out. You will have to. Because if you are not voicing out the wrong thing, how can leaders correct you? If you are not voicing out the correct thing, how can the society motivate you? How can the society motivate and encourage you for doing the good things? And then if you have the bad things inside you and you don't voice it out, how can the society for which you are knows that you have some bad things in you that need attention of everyone? So brothers and sisters, and in all, our people need to speak out. Our people need to always speak out. Speak it out. And the only problem is that when the people speak out, do not kill them. Do not brutalize them. Do not fight them. Do not suppress them. Do not oppress them. Do not marginalize them. Don't do that. Allow them to speak. And now Ambazonians are speaking now very freely today than ever before, because so many of us have said, do or die. We have to speak. That is our right. That every human being has a right. It's called alienable human right. Right to freedom of speech, freedom of expression, right to self-determination, same as right to self-defense. You have a right to defend your reputation. If something happened against your reputation, it's your right to speak it out, to defend yourself. Self-defense does not mean gone. There's many ways to do self-defense. If, example, America and North Korea has a problem, and America tells North Korea, I'm going to finish you, and the supreme leader of North Korea put a rocket and fire it to Atlantic Ocean, and say, when you kill me, I will also fire my rocket. It is self-defense. He has not killed anyone, but he is acting to protect his reputation. Therefore, my fellow brothers and sisters, do not fight each and everyone in this struggle. People will fight in self-defense, and then you will be able to cry foul. Remember, La République is crying foul today. The foul that they are crying, or the foul they are crying today, is because we have decided to act in self-defense. When we decide now to act in self-defense, they are the first to call us as terrorists, extremists, and all sorts of names as dogs, in the Anglophones, the Biafras, etc., etc., etc. All these things they say because we decide to fight to protect our reputation. What we are doing today is fighting to protect our reputation, which are our dignity, our values, our beliefs, our heritage, our cultures, and our norms. Our Anglo-Saxon norms, our common law, our judiciary system, our education system, cultural system, and our linguistic systems. These are the reasons why we are in the struggle. We are fighting to protect our human dignity, which is our reputation. So when you fight a human being, any human being is capable of fighting back, defending back to protect a reputation. So the problem is not he or she who defend. The problem is who is the attacker, who is the aggressor. The aggressor in the case is La République du Cameroon. La République is the aggressor. If La République had never attacked Ambazonia, Ambazonia could have never been fighting La République today. And Ambazonia sit in her platform. Ambazonia sit in her Facebook. Ambazonia sit in her own internet and fight Cameroon government right from there, and they are sitting in Yaoundé. So, to the fellow bush followers, to all those who are abroad, overseas, those who attended the Washington, thank you so much. God bless all of you. Thank you for all the good things that you have done. I receive a lot of things in my inbox, and my page. La Republic tried to insinuate to use this platform to fight against the people in the Washington, saying that, oh, they have gone conclave to conclave, they have gone meeting by meeting, country to country, that will not bring any result. No. The struggle starts with a psychological reasoning. Our people on the ground now have a psychological reasoning that our diaspora have come together. That is the ultimate goal. It is psychology. We have now systematically sit abroad and systematically and psychologically, politically, economically, socially bring the minds of our people on the grounds that if you don't organize yourself on the ground, the problem is you. Don't point your fingers on the diaspora again. Which means the diaspora commands the grounds. Just like President Paul Biya sit in Geneva and commands the Cameroon. So the diaspora also sit abroad and command the struggle on the ground. Some people don't know this. Some will say, oh, the diaspora is not the ground. But in the past years, we know the pain of our families. You watching me here. You don't give oil to your family, they will sit without oil. Like they don't have jobs. They are sick, they go to hospital, you send the hospital bills. Today in the struggle, Cameroon government destroy hospitals, kill doctors and nurses, kill hospital personnel, break the ambulance, and shoot the ambulance attendants. One of them died, Bamenda Regional Hospital. And that's the reason why clear message. So we are starting today's talk show. So we are starting the talk show today with our national anthem. It's going to last only for 1 hour. So today's talk show is going to be for 1 hour. I think, let me see the time. Yeah, only in 48 minutes today's talk show will end. So thank you so much for the people that are watching right now. Let us start the talk show. It will end very, very strictly because I have a mission. Let's start.
Ambazonian, nation loyalty. Brothers who are Savior, who granted us the freedom, and never saw the hero, who bought the land with Diablo. Glory to glory, we rise and never to fall. Here in a nation, glory resides and glory, 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 glory to the Father, for making you a nation and joy forevermore. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in plenty in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation. Ambazonia, land of freedom, you shall live in our need, and your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God being the watchman of this nation.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. God bless you. God bless you. So, Ambazonia is now witnessing a new phase of the revolution. The past has gone. No one is talking about the past. We talk about the things that have happened as from today. We want to thank all the leaders of the struggle for finally coming together. They have named and shamed Yaoundé. Ekema now is on his own. The Njumbes are on their own. Franklin, of course. The Atanganji Poles are on their own. The Mafani and the Nalovas, Tilapia Cheromas, the Faminongos, Bellingham Bumbus, the Laurent Essos, and the President Paul Bias are on their own. What is the way forward, my people, my brethren? What is the way forward? The first and the most famous way forward is me and you. Me, Colonel Vala, and you. All of us here watching. The problem is us now. You see, when we call for unity, we try to pound out some leaders. If you don't come for the unity, you are the problem. You are the problem. If you are not in Washington, you are the problem. And finally, our leaders have come together because we all did a great job. We all held them from their individual testicles and their necks. And they bowed down. This is first to show to you that you and me, the people, the population, the voice of the population, always and every time, we always win very bigly and fatly. Our leaders have come together. They have shown to us that they respect all of us. They respect you, they respect me, they respect the Ground Zero. Ground Zero was calling the diaspora to come together. Our self-defense restoration forces, the Ambazonian military on the grounds, they have been calling for them, for the diaspora, me and you, to unite. Our leaders have done that. They are bowed in front of us. Our leaders have said, if they don't bow to us, who on earth again shall they ever bow to? But the problem remaining is me and you. There are still some people who are still trying to throw punches, saying, Mark Barretta, you told this one this. Tampang, you said this to this one. Colonel Vela, you said this to this one. Eric Tato, you said this to this one. We are in a new phase today. We are in the humble beginning. The enemies will not keep those words. The enemies will keep reminding those things, our past resolved. We have come together yesterday to speak as one people. To say the past is the past, that now we have to move forward. But so many people that were in this struggle from Yaoundé, that wanted to use our grievances to separate us, they are now left alone. And so many of them you will see, they will come and try to bring hate across Ayaba and Akwanga, across Ayaba, AGC and the IG, across the IG, the interim government, and the Sokadef. This is what me and you now we have to do. When you see anybody comment negatively, if you have to reply, which I don't encourage reply, jump and pass. And if you have to reply, shame him immediately and tell him that he should tell Yaoundé that they have failed. That their plan have failed. Tell them that back to sender. That whatever they are saying, we will not look back. We are now one people, waiting to see how our leaders are coming. Because it is only left for you and me to complete the job. It is not yet completed. Some of the leaders have said it. We are not celebrating. This is just the beginning. We have not won anything. Going and protesting is good, very well. But we remember that our final destination is to have legitimacy over the land called Ambazonia. So it's there for me and you again to make sure that leaders do not only come and showcase themselves, but they must put that in action. They must put that in action. And if leaders are not putting that in action, so many of us who are political scientists that knows how to get leaders to work, we will not keep our relentless efforts that get leaders to work. So many of us that are political scientists for the struggle, we will not relent our efforts to point out to the leaders. We came on the 19th of August 2018. We went to Washington not to go and showcase that there's a unity that exists, but to put it down practically. Therefore, henceforth, our restoration forces will not cry out without any help. Coordination with the ground forces. Coordination on the grounds. We don't have any ultimatum to give to leaders. We cannot dictate upon the leaders. But all we want to see henceforth is that our self-defense forces have a common engagement plan. And a common engagement plan does not exclude support, funds, and the way for them to be able to sustain their life. Of the struggle. Therefore, we don't know how it is going to happen. But we believe that when leaders come together, those that are diplomacy, those that are self-defense, those that are targeted diplomacy, when they sit together, a leader from here, a leader from here, a leader from here, they come together. They put their minds together. They ponder it and they cannot mislead the society. The only thing that have done and they have decided that the lives of every Ambazonians, it does not matter. The life of every tiger, the life of every red dragon, the life of every red dragon, the life of every tiger, the life of every socadef, the life of every AGC or ADF, the life of every APF, the life of every black dragon, the life of every viper, the life of every restoration force in this struggle matters the most. That the life of every restoration force matters the most. Whether it is in Anyagua, in Fontem, whether in Libialem, Kupe Maneguba, whether in Boyo, whether in Manyo, or in Biami, in Kom, in Bafut, whether in Kumbu, Jakiri, or in Kaki village, whether in Kwakwa, or in Donga Mantumdu, Nkambe, or in Kom, or in Ashim, or in wherever, that the life of everyone defending Ambazonia matters the most. Fellow brethren, my fellow brothers and sisters, the task is in your hand now. It is in my hand. We must all embrace the unity. And we must not embrace the unity to keep it. We must have to spread the wings, the canopies of the unity across the Atlantic and Pacific. And we must know that the taproot of the unity is in the land called Ambazonia. Let every branch of unity leave from that Ambazonia like it left and landed in Washington. It should leave and land China, UK, Germany, every country, South Africa, all over the whole world, the entire world. Let it be that way, my fellow brothers and sisters. You know, my fellow brothers and sisters, we have gone a long way. On our way, there are people who are going to laugh us. These are challenges that we will face. Some have said, some of our leaders speak like robots. Some have said, some of our leaders are scammers. Some have said, some of our leaders are building constructions. Some have said, some of our leaders have no brain. That has been the past. As of now, we will not look at those things. We will only go ahead and pray that those things should be kept aside while we embrace the struggle. Some will come and say we don't speak in English. Some will say we speak in our dialects. Some will say we are not educated. But then, they must have forgotten the reason why we came to this struggle. And we can remind them all the time. Example, if they say you speak in pidgin English or in a dialect, not in grammar, tell them the reason why we came to the struggle is because our academic system was tampered with. We were not well taught. That we believe that we are uneducated, that we are undereducated. And that's why we are standing in this struggle, that will never happen again to our children. Never again. When they say you are uneducated, tell them, yes, of course. That's why you want the education system to be reformed. That's why you want it. That's why you kept the children at home. That until Ambazonia bring the good academic profile, curriculum, the children will not go to school and become uneducated like us today. And when they say, you do not speak in good English, in grammar, of course, why are you fighting them? Are you a hypocrite? You are not a hypocrite. That is why we are in this revolution, because we, the people of Amazonia, have been Frenchified. We have been assimilated to practice French culture in Amazonia. That's why they bring their teachers, French, to come and teach us in French. They bring the lawyers to come and defend us and defend our people in French. At the end, our people go under to jail every time. But let me explain this one. Brothers and sisters, when we talk about assimilation and Frenchification, some people don't know this. Do you know that when an Amazonian education system comes, we have to change the pronunciations of the vowels? Do you know that? The French government has taught us to say so we have to say My brothers and sisters, that is French. And I want to recite now in English so you can know the difference. Last time I was with my friends from the Caribbean and I mentioned and he loved me and said, which letter of alphabet is that? I said, this is English. And he laughed at me and I argued with him almost for a week. And finally, he told me that it is not that is something different, that maybe is Spanish or French. And when he said maybe that is Spanish or French, I think about the assimilation that has been going on, that we have been talking, even though we say assimilation and we don't know. Wow, how did they assimilate us? We are people. I speak in So. I am from So. People say I have the So dialect. I speak in the accent from So. People from Kom, that food my food, that boy na my boy. All these things. Bush, goose town, booyah, like people from So we call it. And some people did not understand the meaning of assimilation. I myself, I have never understood until 2018. And my friend told me that it is not in English. I said, no, R-A-E-O-U is English. He said, no, it's not English. He says, it's something Spanish or French. And then I said, no, because you speak American English. My people speak British English. He said, no, people from the Caribbean speak British English. And that was when I tried to look at myself and say, what? He said, people from Caribbean do not speak British, American English. They speak British English because the Caribbeans are the British, the colonists. And then I asked him, how do you say A in English? He said, in the standard British English, it is not A-E-O-U. That A can never be A. So he said, it's A in English. Like a man. That I was like, what? Okay, I said, okay, secondly. He said, it is not A, it is A. And I said, what about E? We say A. So I said, A is not A, it is A. The first one, A, he said A is French. In English, it is A. And then the next one, A, he said A is in French. In English, it is E. In English, it is E. But we were taught to say what? A. And then he said, what about E? He said E is in French. In English, it is I. Oh my God, that was when I was like, oh, no way. Can you please finish everything and tell me so I can tell my people? I'm telling you today right here. So, R-A-E-O-U is in French. In English, it is A, E, I. And then that called O. O is in French. In English, it is O. It is O. O is in French. In English, it is O. And then there's this one called U in French. Oh my God. We were taught to say U. In English, it is U. So, this is the basic level from how they Frenchified and assimilated the British Southern Cameroon from day one. And up to today, even our teachers does not know. I told him that even my secondary school English teacher do not know. That my secondary school English teacher does not know that he is teaching people in French phonetics. My people, we have a lot to do to our academic curriculum. I think that our professors that have studied in the British standard, we know what to do. That is just to tell you how far we've gone to learn how we were assimilated. Never again will that ever happen. Never again shall our children call A as A. Never again shall our children call E as A. Never again shall our children call I as E. Never again shall our children call O as O. Never again shall our children call U as O. Never again. This is what we call emancipation from mental slavery. Discover how you have been enslaved. Slavery does not mean put someone in chain and go and lock him in the house, in the prison, in jail. They can lock up your brain. So my fellow brothers and sisters, Colonel Vela has come to this platform to encourage everyone to stand and do their best in this revolution. And one most important thing that I want to tell our Ambazonians that divide us is, let the success of any any group or any person not be a stumbling block to other people. When somebody has done good, appreciate that person. Do not use the success of a particular person. Example, Colonel Vela. Because I go to Ambazonia every year before the struggle ever came. Example, 2013, 2014, 15. Hundreds of children are under my charity organization with scholarships. Because I spend more than 4 to 5 millions every year in my organization. You should not use it to go and sabotage other activists. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't. I am me. The other activists are them. When you see other activists working so hard, appreciate them. So many of these guys, some are in exile. Some are in exile. They don't have jobs. But they are still making their voices to be heard. And you have people that are citizens abroad that are quiet as if nothing is happening. When will you ever learn to appreciate your own activist? When your activists do something, give a donation, even if it is $1, appreciate that activist. Go there and give them congratulations. He is giving so that your children on the ground, which are also my children, should be free. Imagine if me and an activist have problems and that activist give money on the ground. He is not giving money to go and secure his own family. It is to go and secure his family, my family, your family. So it doesn't matter, my fellow brothers and sisters. Let us not use an achievement of other activists to sabotage other activists. Because Colonel Vela has a charity organization with 2 cars running on ground zero, I should not use that to sabotage other activists. I will never ever use my life in Amazonia, my goals in Amazonia, because I have given water in other places to drink. Then I come here and I use that. Oh, this is Colonel Vela. He went to this village and gave water for people to drink. Then I should go and make pictures of that water and come and use it to sabotage other activists who are not able to go and give water in other villages. How do I know that they are not giving water in other villages, but they are clothing the refugees? How do I know they are not able to give water to other villages, but they are giving medication to the restoration forces? How do I know what they are doing good for the struggle? So my fellow brothers and sisters, my fellow Amazonians, we should all understand that each and every one efforts count. Some do not blow off trumpet. Some do not announce. Some will announce if it is a fundraising, of course. When you want to fund, like example, why we keep on telling people to fund the self-defense forces? Because it's necessary. If you chip money in self-defense, you have to, to motivate your other brothers and sisters to fund. It is fundraising. Fundraising needs to be announced. It's a motivation. It's motivation. You have to do that. So please, do not use success of any group or any person to cause division in this struggle. Do not say, oh, you see, this group has done this and done that. This one has not done this. Oh, you see, this group went to the refugee camps and saw the refugees. This one did not go. But you don't know that group was going to do. Who gave the money? Who are the people who contributed? There are some people in this struggle that are quiet, but every week, every month, they are 100 is going to self-defense. 100 is going to refugee. 100 is going to this. But they don't talk. They know. It is because of them that you are going to see the refugees. And it is because of them that self-defense is going on. How do you motivate now the silent majority that is contributing in the struggle? When you now want to use the other means that is physical to fight the other one that is on the wall. Example, self-defense is on the wall. So when the very same people donate for 2, they donate on the wall, they donate physical. And then you've forgotten that the very same people are funding the 2. And then you are using the other ones, and then you are fighting against other platforms that they are equally supporting. You have caused division. You have caused confusion. The problem is you. The problem is not them. And when they finally get discouraged of funding the 2, you are the loser. The ground zero is the loser. So, because you are able to go to Nigeria or to go to see our refugees, do not sabotage other movements that are not going. Because the very same people that are giving you money to go to Nigeria are the very same people that are funding the self-defense. And imagine, if somebody can fund you to go to Nigeria, know that this struggle, the pivot is on the ground. Let me tell the truth. People are giving at least 60 to 70% on ground zero and are giving maybe 30 to 40% in the refugees, because the population in Nigeria is minority, is a subset of Amazonia. And to people who reason out here, we are in a revolution. We're not saying that you should abandon your people to die. Now, this is revolutionary motivation. If you answer the question to us, what brought our people in refugee in Nigeria? Then you will answer the question why some people will donate 70% in ground zero and give 30% to Nigeria. Why? People are in Nigeria today because they have no security in their land. It means that if there's security in Ambazonia, they will come back. And that security can only return when we take back Ambazonia. Therefore, if you give all resources for the Ambazonian military, Ambazonian Restoration Force to take back Amazonia, then you are equally sending our people from refugee camps back home. This is revolution and you have to think. You have to think. You have to think. This is revolution, my fellow brothers and sisters. We are not in the church ceremony. We are not in the sermon. This is revolutionary preaching. When you take all your resources to Nigeria, you are inviting everyone in ground zero to come to Nigeria. So sad but true. You don't want to see able youth, gentlemen, fighting food over elderly women and grandparents in the refugee camps in Nigeria. This is the problem. You don't want to see able youth that should be fighting in refugee camps, fighting food from children and grandparents. Refugee camps are meant for grandparents and children. So we have to understand that we have to draw the lines as leaders as to how our refugee camps should be conducted. There should be a particular generation, except nursing mothers and those who are pregnant, that should be in the refugee camps. These are way forward that I'm stating right here. A particular generation, a particular age of youth should not be seen in those refugee camps. So we will have to see, whatever the case, to all the humanitarian groups that are going to those refugee camps, we will have to limit the small resources that we are giving to refugee camps that are consumed by active age youth. If you are a youth between the age of maybe 18 and the age of maybe 45, you are not supposed to be in the refugee camp. We will have to do it. Whatever ways, we have to see a way. We are not in a revolution. And we have to think revolutionarily. We have to think very, very revolutionarily. Because when we allow them, we are calling these strong people from the grounds going to Nigeria. There is a problem there. Please, don't fight me. Try to think what I'm saying. One day you will go and put your sticks and gravel on the ground and there will be no one to take it and use. But when you will take a bag of rice to Nigeria, to a refugee camp, or a bag of gari, that bag of gari will not even go down from your head. They will scatter it from your head. And who are those who scatter things? There are those able youth that should have been fighting today. The refugee camp should be made in such a way that when you put a bag of rice or bag of gari, the people that are there are not even able to go and even touch that bag of gari. People that are sick, people that are old, and the young people, or nursing mothers, or mothers that are pregnant. These are people who are supposed to be in the refugee camps. Refugee camp is not a place for healthy gentlemen. It's not a place for even healthy women. Healthy women should be cooking for their self-defense forces. If other women are holding it, other ones can even hold it. What a man can do, a woman can do better. We should have to understand now this. If we celebrate in the Women's Day, what a man can do, a woman can do better. So the younger ones can do also. So when we successfully pull out a little bit, because sometimes I'm paranoid. I am paranoid. I own a charity organization. But my charity organization have norms. I always have orphans, vulnerable ones, those that are handicapped, those that their parents are handicapped. I don't go in my charity organization and begin to pay fees for very healthy people. I don't sponsor people in the university. Once you are done and you are in the age of above 15 in my charity organization, I can only find you a job. That's what I do. Especially at the age of 18, I don't sponsor anyone above the age of 18. Because I was at the age of 15 when I started trying to make money for myself. That is what I apply in the life, in the struggle. At the age of 18, I still had somebody that was taking care of me. I might have never been very successful in my life. We have to apply those norms in our society. You will not allow people above the age of 20 and you begin to babysit them in refugee camps like older women at the age of 60. No, I think that the money that we are spending on the youth in refugee camps in Nigeria Make sure that you take that money and export the old grandmothers out of the village to a safe destination. If you have to spend the money in refugee and not in self-defense, then use it to secure the life of the old women from the villages. Because when they are going to Nigeria, the older ones are not able to. The older women are being burned down in houses. We cannot live in community where older women, our grandparents and grandmothers, are burned down in houses because they cannot afford to run. And then we take the same resources, instead of going on the ground to take care of those older women, we take it and give it to where they are healthy people. I think that point has to be noted. In whatever I have just voiced it out, our leaders can think more better and develop it very well. Our leaders can think more better. I believe they can develop it very well. So if we give more funds and food to Ground Zero forces, the youth will not be able to go back. The reason why so many of our brothers and sisters tried to become like Republican military personnel in the past is because of the sardine and the bread that Cameroon military gives to the people. I remember when I was in Cameroon, and I see so many girls running behind the bees. Bees are paid 65,000 a month. And these people drink a lot of alcohol. Before the end of the month, they have drunk alcohol more than 80,000, even when their salary is 65,000. But so many girls like running behind these bees. This BIR, this is the Republic military. And one of the things they want is sardine and the bread that they give to the bee. There's a special bread that they give to the bee one. The military bee has a special bread they give to them. And every girlfriend of a bee can eat as much as he wants that bread and that sardine as they want. So the reason why they go behind the bee is food. Food. The reason why they go behind the military, Cameroon military, is bread and sardine. Is it not why the reason why healthy gentlemen and ladies should leave Nigeria camps and go on the ground is because we are now going to give our own self-defense forces not only sardine and bread, but we should be giving them meat and fish, real meat and real fish. We should be able to buy goods and give them to slaughter and eat. Buy cows and give them to slaughter and eat. Should that not, if we give our military food and everything, there are healthy gentlemen and women that will like to join Ambazonian military. Because it is because of those reasons that some people joined La Republique military. Because they want to eat sardine. They want to eat food. They want to eat that bread. So Ambazonia, it is time for you to fund your self-defense forces. When you fund them, they will not only, the funds will not only attract the healthy people. It is already a career in their life. Make the career very lovely to them. When you make the career lovely, they will go there. The reason why they are going to refugee camps is because you are giving enough and more food in refugee camps, and that food is attracting them. And you are not giving food to those that are fighting on the grounds to bring us freedom. We must be able to discourage people from going to refugee camp, not by refusing to them that you must not go there. We must be able to discourage them by separating refugee camps into 3 different factions. Separate the refugee camps to the maternity refugee camp. Let us have a maternity refugee camps. Women that are having little babies, women that are pregnant, they should be in one area. Then there should be a refugee camp with only old grandparents and grandmothers. Everyone above the age of 50 should be there. And then there should be another refugee camp with only children. And then another refugee camp with people at the age of maybe 18 to 50. The youth. When nothing will ever be given to that refugee camp. Nothing. Not even a single thing should be given to that camp. When you successfully separate camps like that, we have so many camps in Nigeria, we can restructure those camps. And then nothing will be given to the camp of healthy gentlemen and women. It is systematic. You are not telling them that you are giving them no food. No. Systematically, example, you live in countries that are like Muslim countries. They will say that they want their people to marry among themselves. But they will not put a law that says that you must not marry a foreigner. They will not put a law that. What they do is that the government will say, if you marry your sister, or if you marry someone in your family, the government will give you 100 million. Then, who in that family will go and marry a foreigner again? This is how foreign government, like the Jewish people do. The Jewish people will say, if you marry your sister, or your cousin, or your relative, the government will give you 100 million. This is an example. And in that, everyone wants money. Everyone wants 100 million. Then, they will only go and marry from within. But the government does not say never marry outside. But what is the objective of the government? The government want to refuse people from never marrying outside. But because of democracy today, you cannot tell somebody you will not marry outside. No. There are many ways to catch a fish. I have said it every time. What matters is if you catch the fish. If you marry your cousin or sister, you have 100 million. And at the end of the year, everyone will only marry their brothers, cousins, and cultures. And then they will have their goal. So Ambazonia, your goal is self-defense. For your goal to be self-defense, you have to make sure that you contain the power. Hard power must be contained. You cannot use soft power to win a hard power. We have agreed to that one. Yawunde is giving us hard power, and only hard power will win them. We have used soft power for many years, many years. We never won with soft power. We never won with soft power. A pen and a book. We never won La Republique. A man that in his mind is bullets and machine guns. You cannot convince him with words. You cannot convince him with a pen or book. No, you can only convince him with a pen and a book on the fact that the pen and the book will only write 5 boxes of gravel, 5 boxes of AK-47 bullets, 5 box arrival of AK-47, 5 drums arrival of propellers, 5 barrels arrival of weapons, 5. This is the only thing you need to do in diplomacy. The only pen and book is writing how many boxes, how many cartons of sticks and gravel are arriving on the ground. So to people who like to write book, the only thing you should write is to document how many pen and books, how many sticks and gravel, how many riflemen have been recruited, how many snipers we have, how many bazookas or how many rocket propellers are in the self-defense forces. This is the only thing that we will give to our diplomats. And then the targeted diplomacy will be 1. When the Mongo Bridge goes down, it is over. CNN will report, BBC will report, France 24 will report, Al Jazeera will report, Fox News will report. Everyone will report that the Mongo Bridge has gone down, that Amazonia has finally separated themselves. As we gather in Washington, one day we gather and put the Mongo Bridge down. It will go down. When there is a will, there is a way. When there is a will, there is a way. The Mongo Bridge will go down. When the Mongo Bridge goes down, it will be targeted diplomacy. So, for people who want diplomacy, go and put down the Mongo Bridge. When the Mongo Bridge is down, carry your files to United Nations and tell United Nations that we have already finally separated physically. That we have achieved physical separation. Go and tell now United Nations that. Carry your files to Addis Ababa, to the African Union, and tell African Union that we have succeeded to do that. That even the Pan-African route has been dislocated. That Trans-African route has been dislocated. When you take over Sonara, whether you smoke Sonara down or whatever means, you put Sonara down, it is called targeted diplomacy. For people who love pen and book, take your pen and your book, open your files, draw a trajectory, and then give the self-defense that rocket propeller, that they will hammer the trajectory. That trajectory, tangential, draw the tangential or the cosecant, calculate the distance and the force and the momentum that they need to use to strike the rocket propeller, the force that is needed to strike across one perpendicular angle, the cosecant or the tangent. Calculate it with your pen and your book. This is the targeted diplomacy that we want. If you believe that you can use the pen and the book in the revolution, use the pen and book to bring out the mathematics and the force that is needed to strike the rocket propeller that will land in that Sonara and put everything to ashes. This is everything that we want. It is not bad to use pen and book, but it is how you use pen and book. Excuse. It's not a bad thing to use pen and book. It is how you use pen and book. The pen and book has never given me any piece of money in my life. But if I sit and use a pen and book, I write a CV, a curriculum vitae, I get a job. When I go to that job, I don't use a pen and book to get money. I use hard work, my hand, my brain, my mouth, that I speak to people. Money comes. So, it is how you use your pen and book. Use a pen and book and write a resume, curriculum vitae, your CV. Write it very well, write it very well. Go and present in the company. The company give you the job. You do not work that job with a curriculum vitae. You work that job now with the experience or the training the company gives you. The company tell you in the morning, you have to come and open this gate, open the door. Maybe if you are a housekeeper, you have to come and clean the rooms. You have to come and go and clean the toilets. It is not the curriculum vitae that will clean the rooms. It's not the pen that you have that will clean the rooms. It is now your physical manpower. So in the revolution, we should be able to know how to use the pen and the book very well. Everything counts down to hard work. Use the pen and the book to draw the map. Draw the route map with a pen and book. Draw that, oh, I will be here this day. Oh, mounted this way. Oh, I will donate self-defense, the tigers. Oh, I need that they should come together. Draw. When they come together, okay, if I donate 50, that means then go split this 50 bullets. A red dragon will have this. You can use a pen that way. So please, we should understand that it is about the mentality that you have that can free you. It's not about what others told you, what others have said. It is how you use your own coconut, like I use the coconut now. Remember, at the end of the day, we will sit abroad as doctors, colonels, generals. We will sit abroad as professors. We will wear coat. Sometimes we wear tie. We sit under ACs. And then we use sometimes Wi-Fi, free internet, or our paid internet, because we have jobs. At the end of the day, this is the reality. The reality is that those fighting for this do not have, they are not PhD holders, they are not doctors, they are not professors, and they don't wear coat and tie when they are fighting. They are in the bushes. They don't even eat food with tomato. They don't eat food cooked with spices. Their food is on the boil, maybe yam boil, cassava, burnt, roasted cassava on fireside. Eat gari, cool water gari. They don't even have 2 cups of sugar to eat gari with. They don't even have 2 cups of sugar to eat gari with. And these are the people that are going to give us land. But the problem is us understanding that when you hold your pen and your book, know how to craft that. At the end of the day, the people to give us freedom do not even use a pen. Their pen that they have is the sticks. And their book is the gravel. We should understand that no nation on earth has ever been freed that easy by wearing coat and tie. The wearing of coat and tie should come after a freed nation. You can wear a Paris Hilton suit or a Donald Trump suit, or you wear David Beckham suit, or Cristiano Ronaldo brand, Samuel Eto'o brand, or you wear whatever brand you think about, Kevin Klein. That comes after the freedom. Those shops will exist in Amazonia. But to some people who don't understand what I'm trying to say, is that at the end of time, when we go out to protest, we have demonstrated that we have completely emancipated ourselves from mental slavery, and we are now capable, responsible, with full momentum and speed to go and fight to get our land. When we go out to protest, it is to tell the world that we are not joking, that what is going on the ground is backed by us. We have just gone and exposed ourselves to the international community that yes, Cameroon government is reporting every day that their soldiers are going down every day in caskets because we stand with our people on the ground. That is the targeted diplomacy part of it. Is that we have revealed to the world that our people on the grounds are not on their own. That you might be able to say they are terrorists, that they are not. That we are with them. That people, a group of people, a country, a population of 8 million can never be terrorists. Terrorists have never been up to 8 million people. Terrorists have never had a land. Terrorists are people who don't have land. They break the banks and steal money and go. Terrorists don't own land, they don't have land. We are people with a map. We've just gone to tell the White House that America, thank you so much for taking out your military from Cameroon. You support Cameroon to fight terrorism, but they have defined a particular group of people as terrorists. People with a map, people that have a roadmap of self-defense, which is backed by the Geneva Convention. And Article 1608 of the Geneva Convention, that we are a people with a roadmap, with a map, and everything, and a population. And now we are going to form our government now. As our leaders have come together, we are praying that our leaders will know whatever, they will bring forth a negotiation council, which will further be the government of Ambazonia. The negotiation council that will go and stand. If United Nations have talks, who should they talk to? Of course, you saw them. The Ayaba, Akwanga, Sako, Chris Ano, you saw John Baakoro, you saw all the leaders that you saw them. Secretary of AC, Mom CV, all of them that you saw. And always, all the time, we want to thank and congratulate the Honorable Statesman, Mula Njo Litumbe. Pa, we thank you, we salute you. Pa, we know the beg you. You must see independent. Pa, we know the beg. This one, Pa, we know the big dictator. We know the ever dictate. But Pa, we have nothing to tell you than that we are telling you now, Pa, and we know the beg you. Pa, you must see independence. Yes, Pa, you must see. You must see that independence, Pa. You must. It's a matter of must. And Pa, you must enjoy that independence. Pa, you will live long and you will give a speech in Boya. Pa, one of the most opening speech in Boya will be given by you, Pa. Pa, you must give that independence speech. Thank you so much, our Pa, Honorable Noble Statesman, Honorable Mula Njo Litume. Mula Njo Litume, who witnessed the plebiscite in 1961, witnessed the 1972 frequent unification, and today Pa has always been against the unity with Cameroon government. Pa is a learned man. Pa is the library of the struggle. Many books have been written in this struggle because of the history Pa has given to the authors and writers of history. Pa himself is a library of Amazonian history. So Pa, you must live to tell our grandchildren, our own children, the history. Our children will not hear from us, Pa. Our children, who are your grandchildren, will come and hear from their grandpa, and grandpa na you. Na grandpa, be grandpa, wata na wata. Thank you so much, Ambazonian, for that take. So, as we are moving forward, we have talked about the refugee camps. We have said the population that need to be in refugee camps are old people, young people, nursing women, or women with children, and not men and women with their testicles and breasts in their chest. That will not happen. That if you have good breasts, you should be in refugee camps and cooking food. You should be in the Ground Zero Forces camp and cooking food for the soldiers. You should be a nurse. You should be trained to do things on the grounds. And if you are guys, you should be holding these sticks. Because there's no time we are going to give sticks and there's no one to fight with the sticks. Because people have gone to refugee camps. That will not happen. We cannot also call population to go to Nigeria. When we continuously give things to Nigeria, we are calling people to come. And it's self-discriminatory. Because the people on the ground who cannot afford to go there because they are fighting are feeling depressed and they are feeling a little bit. So our leaders have to say something. There's something our leaders will say. Our leaders have to craft something that will end that act of discrimination. Because I'm telling you, last time one of the guys called me from the ground and said, look, they are in the bush. That is Bambalang. Bambalang has a group that is calling me right now. There is a new group in Bambalang. Because when I was schooling in SOP, I have some good friends in Bambalang. That school in GPHS SOP when I was in St. Sylvester SOP. So Bambalang, one of those guys that I know very well, they have formed a group in Bambalang that you have not even heard. And every day they are calling me, Colonel, we don't have this, Colonel. I show them, I will be right back. As I'm wrapping up the business session, I will be right back. I will meet up with them. But I'm telling them, you know, one of them told me that they see everything is going to Nigeria, food is going to Nigeria, they are not having food, they have only the hunter sticks. You know, people from Bambalang have a lot of hunter sticks. So he said they have only hunter stick. No one is even giving them groundnuts. So you see, so that's one reason why we needed our leaders to come together. Because when our leaders come together now, all these self-defense forces now will group, come under the leaders, and then they will never lack anything again. Amen. Thank you so much. So, the need that our leaders should have to compromise and synergize and form a restoration council is because one of the reasons why we are thinking Because we are only thinking, because we know our leaders are going to do something great. That our leaders have not come together just for Facebook. Our leaders are not in Washington for Facebook to post about them. We know our leaders are up to something great. So, one reason why we need Restoration Council or something, or a body that represents all Ambazonia is because, you know, when we want to dialogue now, how do we dialogue? Who will represent who? At this time, we already know that before we come together, we were in groups, and we cannot function like that because we want a thing where if we act, the act belongs to everyone. We don't want anything where a common group is they are fighting over an act that took place. No, we are coming to an extent where there will be nothing like an act for AGC, an act for ADF, an act for Red Dragons, an act for the Tigers, an act for... No, we are coming now to an end to that. It will be an act. Either it is La Republic acting or it is Ambazonia acting. So, if we have to claim responsibility, then Ambazonia has claimed responsibility for a certain act. Or it is La Republic's act. Or Ambazonia is coming out to debunk an act. So it is no more a matter of this group, this group. We are ending that now bigly and fatly. Thanks to those who think that groups have come that no group will come to stay. But Ambazonia has come to stay, and our self-defense forces have come to stay. Thank you, all of you who believe in change. Believing that at every time we need to reform ourselves and form something better. Even this unity that we have is just the beginning. It's an introduction. It's the genesis. Bigger and biggest unitary movement are coming. Only for Ambazonia and never with La Republic. So this is just the beginning. This is not the ultimate. This is not the end. It is not even celebration time. It is just to make La Republic to know that it is over. We are gone. So thank you so much for that, my fellow brothers and sisters. Now, what is the spirit? The real spirit is we should understand that at every time La Republic is not backing down also. La Republic is not giving up early. And this includes even their social media surrogates. They are here. They are in your Facebooks. They are commenting right now. They are bringing back the past so that we can keep our minds in the past and not to focus straight. They will come and try to use you, me, everyone. Because of our differences sometimes, they will try to use that to separate us, greater gaps. So, this is a message that I want to send out to surrogates, to followers, to me, to activists, to all Ambazonians. You see, my fellow brothers and sisters, you know the worst person in the society, I want to tell you folks, is a follower. Follower is the worst person. You know, when you are a follower of Ayaba, follower of Akwanga, follower of Sako, follower of Magbareta, follower of Tampang, follower of Colonel Vela, Mamejera, etc., etc., etc. When finally all these people, Tampang, Magbareta, Colonel Vela, Mamejera, Ayaba, Akwanga, Sako, when they finally decide to come together and reconcile, who remains the enemy? When I reconcile with, example, if I reconcile with Akwanga, I am not reconciling with you who was fighting against me. I am reconciling with Akwanga. So to followers, be steadfast and be very holy. You will be left behind. Because remember, I always draw conclusion from the past. We have had many groups that have failed. But when you continuously stand for a group like a sheep, that group has come to stay. And finally, the very same group leaders decide to reform the group and bring in a wind that is going to change. Who is the most stupid person in the society? It is you, the follower, who took everything and fighting that the group will always remain as it is. We are living in a world of democracy. Everything can change. So, if you are followers of this platform, anything I say, everything I say, do not say that it is the ultimate. No, it can change. Things can change. We live in a society where things can change. What I might have said today might not be what will happen tomorrow. What I might say tomorrow may not happen the next coming tomorrow. Therefore, in a revolution especially, nothing has come to stay. No group has come to stay. The land has come to stay. Ambazonia has come to stay. But no group or government or leadership has come to stay. You may be the next Joshua. You may be the next Moses. But then, if God has destined, the same God that ordained this struggle, has destined that you are going to be the Moses. And now, the time comes when you are coming up. And then people put you down. We have neglected and rejected the call of God. And God will not throw his wrath upon us. And we are the cause of our failure. Therefore, we should embrace each and every one. Example. Some few months ago, the Kenyan government, the Kenyan leading government of Uhuru Kenyatta, the president of Kenya, decided to come together in a national breakfast, they call it, with the highest opposition leader in Kenya, Raila Odinga. When they came together, the government of Uhuru Kenyatta and the opposition of Raila Odinga that have fought wars so many years, many died. Many have died in Kenya because of the opposition power, the strongest opposition power between Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta, the president of Kenya. When they decided to come together, to so many people that were surrogates, they were not even able to step their foot in the red carpet. So many people that we are blindfolding the leaders. Because surrogates are the people that make people to stand so strong without changing their mentalities when the society wants them to change. The only blind that stand in front of them are members, militants, and surrogates. Which means that if Uhuru Kenyatta was spending his time fighting Raila Odinga was because of the militants of Uhuru Kenyatta's political party. Because of his ministers. But then, if also Raila Odinga has refused to dialogue with Uhuru Kenyatta in the past was because of the surrogate of Raila Odinga that continuously say Raila has come to stay. That Raila cannot change his mind. But from the day the angel of the Lord descended upon Raila Odinga and Uhuru Kenyatta to say their citizens cannot be dying because of ego between the two parties. Because of their stinginess or greed, their people are dying. And they decided to think like men with big balls. They came together and resolved. They went for a national red carpet breakfast. And they united among themselves to say, never again shall any Kenya die because of bad politics. That never again shall any Kenya die because of their opposition power. You see, what happened to the surrogates? You know, the surrogates are now ashamed. Especially those surrogates that we are funding it, putting flames on it that Uhuru will never listen to Raila Odinga. And those ones that we are saying that Raila Odinga will never ever listen to Uhuru. They are ashamed. As we see in social media, when they are ashamed, they will create a new Facebook profile. Many of them are ghosts. They will now create another ghost Facebook profile. Shamelessly, or maybe shamefully, some will just back down from the struggle. We have seen that in other groups in the struggle that failed. There are so many people that were very instrumental in other groups that failed. Today, they are nowhere to be found in the struggle. Because our leaders decided to reform those groups for the betterment and the togetherness and unity of the struggle. And because they were against unity, they left with a lot of shame, with a lot of despair, a lot of anger, that their leaders have decided to share the same cup of tea as one Ambazonia. Today, if you were a surrogate with bad intention in the struggle, you are nowhere to be found. The reason why Colonel Vela is able to go live today is because of the joy in his heart that finally we came together. We fought among ourselves. We divided ourselves. We punch ourselves every day. We misspoke. We misfire. But at the end of the day of the Lord, the wind of the Lord, the wind of the Lord and the day of the Lord has come, and our people have come together. That is why Colonel Velash is standing here today. Most often, the one-man commando to tell you that the people in diaspora did the best. That if the people in diaspora did not the best to be in Washington, I will come here and tell you immediately that was very bad. And I will tell you with a lot of support as a political scientist. Now, what am I saying? What I'm saying here is that if our people gathering in Washington was not a bad idea, you know I don't give a damn. I don't open my eyes and see anything in front of me so long as this independence struggle is concerned. And when I speak, I don't insult. I just say this person must do this. This person have said this. This is not right. You know the way I speak. As it is, I don't insult. I will not call you cow. I don't call somebody this. No, I say no. Mr. Ayaba, you did this. It's not okay. So as now, as we have gathered ourselves for the unity, it was a right thing to have been done in the right time, in the best place. Thank you so much, diaspora, and congratulations for doing that as it is. God bless you, because it shows to the rest of the world that you were not sleeping. To some people who were sleeping, thinking that in a revolution, you must be a deacon, a bishop, or a pope, or a reverend sister before you stand to be an activist, that we who are activists knows that we are not bishops. We are not popes. Because in the first place, we are not fighting to have Ambazonia as another Vatican palace on earth. We are fighting for a nation that we have to respect the human dignity, the values of the people, cultures, the tradition, the backgrounds, religion, faith, beliefs, heritages of the people, and their norms. In all, fighting to restore the human dignity of fellow Amazonians is our goal. And one of the things, our people must be able to speak, express themselves, freedom of speech, freedom of expression, freedom of self-determination, freedom of self-defense must be respected all in Ambazonia. This is one reason why, if you go in most of my reply in Facebook, people have come and attacked me in Facebook, and I tell them, I am so proud, very, very proud that you are now enjoying your democracy that we have been fighting. That I'm so proud. You might be saying something thinking that's bad, but tomorrow, guess what? It might be the right thing. Back in the years, slavery was illegal. Very, very legal to have a slave. Back in the years 19th, 17th centuries. It was very legal to have slaves, and every court and legislature and parliament have the rules governing slavery. Maybe that if you are a slave master and you own a slave, no one is supposed to come and steal or snatch your slave. There were rules that were governing slavery, which means slavery was legal back in the days. But today, slavery is no more legal. Same like apartheid. In South Africa back in the years, it was very legal that Oyobo people must have their own schools, their own churches, their own markets, their own routes, and so on, and their own companies. And that black people must have their own communities, their own route, their own schools, and that no black man can come to Oyobo man's school, and that no black man can go to Oyobo's route. That is how the norms were. And those laws were protected by the parliament in place and the government in place. But today, the apartheid is a very, very, not only a bad act, a morally bad act, and it is very, very, it is one of the worst things that have existed in human life according to the 21st century. Therefore, what I may be saying now might not be right tomorrow. Might not be even right in the next hour. So my fellow brothers and sisters, we must be able to loosen ourselves. One reason why I am starting this struggle is not because I'm perfect all the time, but because I accept change. One reason why we are still able to come together today is not because we have no consciences, but because we are a moral society. We are morally raised people who believe that when you fall, you must not remain to be where you have fallen. You must be able to crowd, to rule, or you must be able to stand up and begin to go. That if we have differences in the past, it should not determine our present. Because if our differences in the past should determine our present, then we are not ready to embrace independence because we have failed to recover our independence in the past. Therefore, the reason why we are standing today after the Unity Talk Show is not because of weaknesses. It's not because we are weak, but to show to the world our strength to leave and cut behind our differences and move forward. Cutting behind our differences and moving forward is not a sign of weaknesses. It is a sign of strength. It is a sign of bravery that we have recovered ourselves after the divide and rule that Yaoundé was able to insinuate to us, that almost got our leaders kidnapped to incommunicado. And we have come together to say that we are now a new nation, that we shall watch each other's back, and no one will sell a leader in this struggle. No one will sell a frontliner or a citizen in this struggle to the terrorist regime of President Paul Biya. We have come together to renew our oath, to renew our faith, to renew our resistance, that we shall stand together as one people till we arrive in Buea. We have come also not to tell the world that we need a referendum or independence. We have come to tell the world, reminded the world, that our referendum and independence remain our ultimate right. We have also come not to tell the world that only that they will have to give us independence, but to let the world know our rigidity, our readiness to grab our independence and finalize our constitution as a people of the former British Southern Cameroon, now called Ambazonia. Our coming together to protest or to rally in the Washington Hill is not because we are weak. It's not because we cannot do it. Because we know as a people, the self-defense that we have on the ground is only and has only been done by us, and only us have done that. We know that at this point, no government has backed us down physically. We know every physical move in this revolution has been done only by us, the people of Amazonia. This alone is telling us that we are not weak. That is the fear that we had in the past that kept us enslaved. It is because of the fear that we had in the past that made us slaves. And we are saying it is over. Very, very over. That we have started to win bigly and fatly. And lastly but not the least, that as we gather, anywhere on earth we gather, we must not forget that self-defense is the pin that we are gathering on top. We must not forget that the platform that we put our feet to gather, self-defense is the best. We must not forget whatever we go and say, wherever, it doesn't matter. We must not and never ever forget that ground zero, or the land called Ambazonia, is our ultimate goal. Therefore, in any decision we take, the roots, the foundation, the base, the meaningful reasoning, and the rationality must be stressed back as far as ground zero. What am I saying? That whatever we do abroad, if we have to spend money for a meeting, we should know that the spending should only be a fraction of what is going to ground zero. Again, I repeat, that if we stand abroad and do something, the highest spending should not go abroad. The highest and the most ultimate should be on ground zero. My fellow brothers and sisters, as we are coming today, again, as I'm rounding up, let us not forget that Yaoundé will come. Yesterday, as we are saying, as we gathered in Washington, the restoration forces went to Mbiame. Targeted, oh my God, a targeted one. They went to Mbiame and put down a La Republican commando, the B commando. The commander of the B forces was put down in Mbiame yesterday. That's it. Last night till now, Tilapia Cheroma, Okada Bilai, Lele Africana, Atangana, Paul, Ngirum, Belinga, Mumbu, Laurent Esongana, and Ekema de Gut, and this one called Mafani. They did not sleep. They did not sleep. They created more than 1,000 ghost profiles last night. We will see it from now. Everyone is moving for unity. There are some people that will come and still comment and they are ghosts. Refrain yourself from those people, or you can also report those profiles for Facebook to give them a shutdown. So they can go again in Yaoundé and sit and create more accounts. Yaoundé did not sleep last night till today. In fact, it's been 3 nights straight. Yaoundé has not slept. Yaoundé was thinking that they have completely insinuated their campaign strategy to Ambazonia. Yaoundé have confirmed that Ambazonians are not people who give up. Even when they have struggled to smuggle their voters' cards, we all saw it. We saw those voters' cards that they snaked into Ambazonia. They try to organize campaigns in private forums. They come and seize Nyangi houses, claiming it is Nyangi, which is not Nyangi. Yaoundé is now creating so many Nyangi houses in Ambazonia. So many new Nyangi houses are coming. We are cautioning our people, do not join any new Nyangi house. Those new Nyangi houses are not. They are ritualistic groups, rituals. If you have to form a new Nyangi group in your quarter, do so after independence. Do so after independence. So Yaoundé is not sleeping. Yaoundé has created a lot of fake Facebook profiles. Seen last night. They are taking another turn. We have defeated them physically. And they are trying to come now in another turn. They will do it spiritually, economically, militarily. They will use every force to come to us. But then, if they have to succeed anything, it's because we let it happen. Like I must have said, let your differences, if it must be, because as of now, no Ambazonian leaders, frontliners or activists are supposed to have any grievances with another one again. Which means henceforth, as we are going, no Ambazonian leader or activist should be able to call another one as a cow. As we are going henceforth, no Ambazonian leader or activist or frontliner should be able to call another leader or frontliner as a chicken. As we are going. Therefore, at this juncture, that we are looking forward for our greatest unity, no Ambazonian leader or activist or frontliner should be able to call another one as a thief. It has ended. Because our leaders are now seeing how they are going to join hands together and fight, especially now that we have one roadmap, which is self-defense. Yaoundé will come and use every force to fight against, to tell you that self-defense is not the way forward. Our leaders came and they gave the messages. And all the messages in Washington were centered around self-defense. That is the way to go. Let no Yaoundé succeed to take that away of your mind. The goal of Yaoundé is to end self-defense. And then before I end, I will have every way to tell the people how Yaoundé is trying to end self-defense. Systematically, institutionally, and very, very tactically, using their political mentality. One way Yaoundé is trying to end self-defense is to ponder and campaign for the school resumption. Some people will say, how do school resumption end self-defense? But my brothers, listen to me right now. Most of the people that are fighting on the grounds, their families, wives and children, their families, wives and children are on the grounds. I have said it again. Henceforth, whether I post something 1 hour ago or 30 minutes ago, anyone that reminds you about the past is a problem in this struggle. Our leaders have come and tell us that the past is gone. Anyone that reminds you about any past, anything that I posted 30 minutes ago is a problem in the revolution. We are here to tell the people that we have accepted unity and that we have resolved and kept our individual differences aside so we might go ahead. So any person that reminds you that is the problem in this revolution. When and mind you, those people, they are from Yaoundé. So one reason why Yaoundé is trying to do everything possible to end self-defense is school resumption. Let me not miss that point because Yaoundé want me to miss this point. Yaoundé does not want me to explain to you this. Yaoundé does not want you to explain to you this. So how will school resumption end self-defense? Most of the warriors, Ambazonian self-defense forces that are fighting now have their families on ground zero. There are people that have decided that they will die in ground zero and they will not go anywhere. Their wives and children are the only one left in ground zero that La Republic want to go to school. Now, you are a self-defense father or a self-defense force. You are going to fight in an area. Your child is sitting in the class. How will you pull a trigger on a terrorist when you know that when you pull a trigger, those grenades go and hit the terrorist quite alright, put the terrorist down, but some of those grenades will go immediately to the class where your child is sitting and hit your child and kill your child. That said, that itself is going to put our self-defense forces down. and they will not be able now to fight. Because every time they want to fight, they want to fire, they think that that bullet has gone to hit their own very same children. For the Republic to finish self-defense, they will now have to champion school resumption. It is, I use a political science mentality to tell you this now. That is political science. So they will use the school resumption to kill self-defense because the self-defense forces themselves have their own children in classes. And they will not fight any La Republic terrorists because they know that stray bullets will hit their very same children in classes. Therefore, if we believe in self-defense, school must not resume. One of the reasons why they want us to crack this revolution too is they have kidnapped the very same person who called for the school boycott. And now they know that when the school resume, then they can do away with the life of Mr. Tassan Wilfred, because Mr. Tassan Wilfred called for the school resumption. And if the school resume, they know that if they free Mr. Tassan Wilfred, he will come again and tell the people not to go back to school. Therefore, my fellow brothers and sisters, if you love Mr. Tassan Wilfred and you want to spare the life of Mr. Tassan Wilfred, school must not resume. Because if the school resume, bam, Mr. Tassan Wilfred will be killed wherever he is. He will be killed that day because they know that they have succeeded to call off the strike that he called. They have succeeded to call off the school boycott that he called the school boycott. So when they succeed to do that, forget, you will never see Mr. Tassan Wilfred again. For us to fight to see Mr. Tassan Wilfred, my fellow brothers and sisters, same like Ayok Tabi and our interim cabinet members that were kidnapped from Naira Hotel in Nigeria, in Abuja, we must be able to tell La Republic that only Tassan Wilfred, who called the school boycott, will have to call for school resumption. This is political. This is political science. This is how the regime in Yaoundé function. And us as a people of Amazonia, we must be able to reason also very smart and bigly and fatly. So we will have to respond to Yaoundé as the schools are resuming. The protest for school not to resume will be no Tassan Wilfred, no school resumption. No IG, no school resumption. No Tassan Wilfred, no school resumption. No Tassan, no schools. No Tassan, no schools. So I want to beg the people that are watching now. Everyone that's watching now, please comment. Let us have some 20 comments from the people watching now. No Tassan, no school resumption. Right there. Please, everyone that is watching. No Tassan, no schools. Everyone should comment. Because remember, there are surrogates of Yaoundé here. And we want them to take the message to Tilapia Cheroma and the Atangana Paul. So let us comment here and send the message clear to them. No Tassan, no school resumption. As an activist, September seemed to be very far. But to so many of us that have done this since 2016, you do not feed your chicken in a market day. When you have to take your chicken to the market, you have to start feeding that chicken even from months ago. That is why we are even running late to start the school resumption campaigns. We are running so late. But one of the things that delayed us was the unity movement. Now that our leaders have united themselves, we must be able to support the leaders in those things that our leaders brought out. Our leaders say it clearly, that schools can only resume September when we have achieved independence. And therefore, when we achieve independence, what does that mean? That our Ayok Seseku Tabi is back, our Tassan Wilfred is back, and we achieve our independence. Our leaders were telling us directly that schools will not resume except Ambazonia has achieved their independence. Of course, if Ambazonia achieved independence before, before September, then the school will resume. So, no Tassan, no school. Thank you so much, UEFA. UEFA, thank you so much. UEFA, you know something? Noxin, I have never known that you were twins. I have never known that you were twins. I know that your brother support this and you support this. And I have always been thinking that your brother have two accounts. One account, I'm like, how? One person is this and one person. So I used to think that your brother have two accounts. One a surrogate account, one personal account. Until your birthday last month or this month, when I discovered that there were two of you. So Mr. Noxon, thank you so much. God bless you. I think from all the way from Belgium or from United States. God bless you so much. I already came to understand that you guys are twins. And I'm so happy for that. Hysen, thank you so much. Hysen, God bless you for all the activism what you don't do. God bless you, Hysen. I respect you so much. God bless you. Thank you so much. Nota sang, no school resumption. This is the comment everyone should put before we end today's talk show. Please, everyone, please comment. Nota sang, no school resumption. Nota sang, no schools. Nota sang, no schools. Everyone, please be commenting. I'm seeing more than 50 people live. And I'm seeing only a few people commenting. So everyone, please comment. No schools, nota sang, no schools, nota sang, nota sang, no schools. Nota sang, no schools. Nota sang, thank you so much, Mr. Eddie. Mr. Eddie, thank you so much. Thank you, Mr. Eddie, for commenting. That's true. That's how it had to be. Able, thank you. God bless you. Welcome. Everyone, please comment. Nota sang, no schools. Nota sang, no schools. No Ayok, no school. No Ayok, no schools. No Ayembe, no schools. Nota sang, no schools. Nota sang, no schools. No Ayok, no school. Thank you so much, people. Everyone should comment that. Tell Yawunde that school will not resume when Tarzan is not there. Some people don't know the reason is because Tarzan Wilfred is the one who called for the school boycott. Because he was the Secretary General of Kaktuk and he had the power to do that. He had the powers to do that. He called for the school boycott. Alright. So, if the school resume now, when we don't have Tarzan Wilfred, La Republic will kill Tarzan Wilfred wherever he is. We already understand that as political scientists. For us to save the life of Tarzan Wilfred, we must tell La Republic Cameroon government that Tarzan Wilfred was the only person who called up the school. And the schools will never resume without Tarzan Wilfred except we have arrived at our independence. And our independence will be complete when we have our people that have been locked in jail freed and everyone in Comunicado freed. That is the only time we declare that our independence is completed. So everyone should comment, no Tarzan, no schools. No Tarzan, no schools. And we are going to bring out a hashtag that everyone will have in every talk show. There will be a hashtag. No Tarzan, no school hashtag. We have to trend very bigly and fatly. No Tarzan, no schools is a hashtag that is going to trend very bigly and fatly. La Republic discovered that we are campaigning having our Independence Day on the 1st of October. La Republic is planning, you will hear this, they are planning to shift the school resumption from September to October after the presidential election must have taken place. Therefore, we have to keep ourselves alert and vigilant to the development of La Republic du Cameroon. Again, La Republic planned to shift school resumption to October, but because we won bigly and fatly, they only know that if they have to keep fighting school resumption, they will not have enough resources to run their fake ritualistic presidential election. Therefore, we have won bigly and fatly, and we continue to win every time. Let no one ever tell you that we are not winning. And every single time in this revolution, we won big, we won fat. Our leaders came to Washington. Who believe? I myself, I want to tell you here today, I did not for once see that one day, so soon, our leaders will come to Washington. All of them, the Akwangas, the Ayabas, the ARC, the Morisk, the Consortium, the IG. I, for one, did not think that would be very possible. To my fellow Ambazonians, I want to tell you sincerely, this is a live and reality talk show. I tell you as it is. Even my own weak points. I did not believe that one day our leaders will just come very easy like that. I, for one, did not see that coming. I did not see a rifleman and a bookman coming to talk face to face to shake hands and say, now, let us think together how to use a rifle and use the book. I did not for once see that coming. So, my fellow brothers and sisters, do you see? This is a lesson to all of us. We have to stop that notion of that a group has come to stay. A notion that the leader must only be this person. At every time in this revolution, our leaders are exchanging their minds. Leadership is changing. People are coming together. Therefore, we must not be sheep behind leaders. We must be citizens and patriots behind leaders. We must support what is good, and we must remind ourselves of what is not good. Now we think we have come together. This is just the beginning. The result is going to send a lot of waves down to Yaoundé. So we pray for the results. We pray for the results. Let our coming together speak in action and not in media, not in Facebook, not in videos, not in crowds, not in postings in social medias, not in Twitter, but let our coming together be felt by Yaoundé. Let Yaoundé feel the power of unity. If our power of unity cannot be felt by Yaoundé, then it's not unity. Unity that does not free Ambazonia is not unity. Unity that does not conquer and motivate and strengthen the power, strength of our self-defense forces is not unity. Unity will be meaningful when it can free the land Ambazonia. Unity will be very meaningful when it can empower our self-defense forces. The Field Marshal, the General Ivo, General, Betus, Commander Betus, Commander Martin, Reverend Martin as I call him, Commander Tiger, and all these people on the ground. Our unity will be very meaningful when it can motivate and empower them to fight very bigly and win. As I'm talking, like any other one, our children are in forest. Our people are in bushes. Our people are refugees. We must always have to encourage them and tell them the history of other countries like Ghana, other countries like South Sudan, other countries like North Korea. Brothers and sisters, to so many of us that already knew that Amazonia will end like South Sudan, you see, the ways of the Lord are very bigly and fatly. We won and defeated the North and Southern Zone divide. We won that. And we were thinking that our restoration forces will not speak one language. And then, before the eve of us thinking that we are going to arrive at South Sudan in Ambazonia, our leaders have come together. You see, we say that revolutions might have occurred on earth, but every revolution has its own definition. Our revolution is defined as ordained by God for the ordained people of Amazonia, with an ordained land, ordained flag, ordained national anthem. Our revolution is defined as an ordained revolution, ordained by God and accepted by the creators of God, which are us, the people. The creature of God, which are us, the people of Amazonia. That is the definition of our revolution. So my fellow brothers and sisters, on my part and on my weakness, is that I doubted that this unity is going to win. That was my weakness. And as a reality person, I'm not a ghost. I speak it as it is. When I make my own mistake, I say it out in the media. My weakness was that our leaders will not come so easily to unite, very simple, like that. And why do I think like that is because of Cameroon. We are born raised in a system that taught us that people cannot unite. A system that taught us that we must preach but fake unity, like one and indivisible Cameroon, and not the highest realistic unity that has taken place in Washington. We were taught, how many years am I today? Live, born and raised in a system that believe that we dictators are right. That believe that some particular people can be just leaders and not others. That one person can be a leader of a country for 35, 36 years. That one person can decide for the whole entire nation from Geneva, sitting in Switzerland, and then some people cannot sit also in United States or Belgium or Germany or UK and also lead their own land called Ambazonia from abroad. That only one person could sit in Geneva in Switzerland and rule and ruin Cameroon from abroad. They have never discovered too that we can also use our keyboards, our mobile phones abroad and lead our Ambazonia. Therefore, we are beginning to reason. And that is achieving the full emancipation of mental slavery that we are already in it today. Thank you so much, and God bless you, my fellow Ambazonians. Thank you for this power of unity. Thank you for coming together. Thank you for being motivators to your brothers and sisters. Thank you for motivating your people. I thank the people that stand with me during my errors and people that appreciated what I do that is right. My fellow brothers and sisters, you know, one of the highest people I listen to so many times are those who motivated me and appreciated when I did the right thing. And to everyone that sit and have never commented, has never ever motivate or appreciate or thank when I do the right thing, I cover my eye when they come to tell me that something is wrong. Because either I don't know. Sometimes you don't know if they are just from Yaoundé. But when you see someone that motivates you every day, thank you for the good thing, telling you that no, brother, this one is wrong, you are obliged to listen. You are obliged to listen to the person, because that person is telling you something that he has never done. He has always been motivating you. He stood with you, anything that you do that was right. And now when that person tells you that no, this one you are doing is wrong, you are obliged to listen and correct the mistake. So I want to thank you, my fellow brothers and sisters, that appreciate whenever a brother is right. That thank your brothers whenever they're right. And this should not be limited only to me. To all the front line and leaders, appreciate them when they do the right thing. Thank them when they do the right thing. Be with them when they do the right thing. When they will make a mistake and do the wrong thing, and you will remind them, they will be able to listen to you very, very fast and swift. And our problems will not live longer before they die. Again, stand with your leaders and appreciate them. Remember, to so many of us that are activists, we will do 99 good things for the revolution without any appreciation. The day we make a mistake, as any human being, you will have to make a mistake. We will do 99 good things for the revolution. Spend sleepless nights for the revolution. Don't know the last time you slept. You are trying to relay the information. Sometimes we live in countries at night, but in ground zero is in the daytime. And we have to follow the activities in ground zero. So some people are sleeping, we are awake to follow the activities. Sometimes we are in the daytime, somewhere it is night in other places. But we are able to relay information so that anyone at every corner of the world can watch. Spend sleepless nights. Spend relentless effort on the struggle. But there are people who cannot appreciate. This one is not like we are begging for appreciation. We do it for Amazonia. We know that we are in this revolution. It's not going to be easy. It's not appreciation that's keeping us in the revolution. It's not the act of thanking or kindness that is keeping us in the revolution. But we have to remind our brothers and sisters that your people, your leaders can do more better when you appreciate them when they do good. Your leaders can do more better when you see the things that are good and you don't just scroll and pass. So you will be scrolling and passing. You will pass 9 good posts that people have done, different people have done. And then when you see one post that one person have done that is bad, then you fall on it. And when you fall on it, you comment even 10 times. But you have not commented even 1 time for the good thing that a brother have done. You are part and parcel of Yaoundé. That is how to help Yaoundé to put down your people. Somebody has done 99 good things and have made 1 mistake, and you spend your time in that mistake. And you must have to remember, if activists too are like other people, when you push activists to do things the right way, if those activists were like you, who will ever do it the right way? Remember, activists are people who saw people not doing it right and correct. And they decided to come to be doing it right so others can see, so they could correct other people. Activists are not people who are professors. Activists are not people because they are doctors. Activists are not activists because they are perfect. They are people who saw it happening not in a good way, and they decided to come and risk their life. Look at me. There are places where I don't feel secure in the world. I move in the world and there is no way I will ever feel myself as I have always been before the struggle. That one is clear. My life has been compromised. My life, somehow people are gathering in Washington. Sometimes people are gathering in Nigeria. Sometimes these are refugee camps that some of us want to go. But because of insecurity, our lives have been compromised because we have put our voice and relay information in the struggle. So many acts have happened. We have let you understand those acts. So many things have happened. We break the news. The news have gone viral. When those news goes viral, we have no payment for making Ambazonian news goes viral. We have no payment for making breaking news, for making every act of inhuman act, brutality, violence goes viral so the big organization can see. We have no pay for that. We do it for you and our children. But the only reward we have from the bigger community is when we make 1 error. Unfortunately, so sad but true. The only reward every activist and leaders have is when they make one single error, they are being fought, they are being called as bad words. So many people have threatened even to kill so many activists. I see it every day, people saying, Colonel Vela, if I meet you, I beat you. If I meet you, I do this to you. Yaoundé is not even able to meet and beat us. And not only you, my brothers and sisters, will do that. So that's the talk show for today. So, to anyone who sees Colonel Vela make a mistake and you say, you will beat me. Well, the assurance is that Yaoundé has threatened that they will come and beat us. And they are not able to even see our shadows before they will beat us. So God bless you. As we end today's talk show, no Tasang Wilfred, no school resumption. When you go to your Facebook today, I will be proud. Please, tag me. Tag me in your Facebook so I can see. Tag me in your Facebook. When you go to your Facebook right now, write no Tasang Wilfred, no school resumption, and tag any of my name, Vela Franklin or Franklin Vela, Vela Franco Franklin Vela, or Vela Franklin's officials, or Vela Franklin Vela Charity Foundation Inc. Tag anything that concerns me, I will see it. No Tasang Wilfred, no school resumption. When you put in your Facebook, tag me, and then I will see you, and I will also thank and appreciate you. As we are going today, learn to appreciate your people when they do good. So when they do bad, you will come to tell them. You don't even need to pound at them. You don't even need to accuse or coach them before they know you. You will tell them in a very good, genuine way that you do. But if you feel that you have to accuse or abuse or coach your own people, please, always come back to Colonel Vela and coach him. Do not coach Mark Barretta. Don't coach Tampang. Don't coach Akwanga. Don't coach Ayaba. Don't coach Sako. Don't coach Chris Ano. Come and coach Colonel Vela, because I have developed immunity to coach. I have developed immunity that I can always receive and tell you, you are speaking free. That's what I fought for. It is democracy. The rule that you must have freedom of speech and freedom of expression. And I'm so proud that you are now able to express yourself freely. And then I may ask you, what is the problem? How can we fix it? Tell me exactly what you will like us to do. I have been doing that in the past week. You have seen that. Go to my Facebook. Most of the comment is that I'm so proud that you are able to speak now freely. This is what we are fighting for. Because when our people stand and come and protest peacefully with the Bible in their hand in front of La Republique kill, kidnap, torture, and rape our people. Imagine if our people go out now with our Bible, coaching La Republique, saying, I will beat you, La Republique. La Republique will already bomb us and kill our people. So we know that we can't do that in front of La Republique. So do that in front of me. I will not kill you. I will not arrest you. I will never rape you. I will never ever rape you because you come and you talk to me, accuse me, or coach me. No, 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 brothers and sisters, it's your right. It is your right to do that. It's your human right to speak free. In America, we can speak. Whenever a governor is coming, you can speak as you want. It's your right. You can say, Trump, oh, you didn't do this. Trump, you did not do this. You lie, you lie. In America, people do that every day. That's why we were able to go to Washington and protest. Not even one single person have his aching. There was police everywhere, a lot of secret intelligence everywhere, but no one was hurt, no one was harmed. So I will not harm you, I will not hurt you. Even if I was doing that in the past, I learned from yesterday in Washington that no one was able to harm our people. That is a good spirit. We have to thank our people that we are in Washington yesterday. And before I end today's talk show, give me 2 minutes. We want to thank Pa Mulanjo Litumi. Pa, one thing we want to tell you, we are not dictators, Pa. Pa, if we have to dictate for the first time, we want to tell you, Pa, you must see the independence. Pa Mulanjo Litumi. Amen. You must see independence and tell the history. We want to thank John Ba Akoro. We want to thank Dr. Ebenezer Akwanga. We want to thank Dr. Ayabacho Lucas. We want to thank Chris Ano. We want to thank you, Chris Ano. Sako, His Excellency Sako, we want to thank you. We want to thank Evis Kamto, John Ba Akoro. We want to thank you so much for the consortium. We want to thank Mom CV. We want to thank you so much. The SG of ARC, we want to thank you tremendously. We want to thank Eric Tato. Eric Tato, we want to thank you. Great job you did. Eric Tato make sure that no one was littering in the White House. Everything was perfect. Everyone was not putting water, empty empty bottle of waters there so that the White House will tell us never to come back again. He made sure that everyone was picking it, and he himself has a basket, make sure that those things were not there. We want to thank Eric Tato too for the fundraising. That was great, brother. That's how we have to do. That was so great. We want to thank him for that gesture. That is so nice. That's the power of unity, the power of being together, the power of spending time in the revolution and not time in fighting each and every other. That is so well. So we want to congratulate Eric Tato for giving almost $10,000 came to the struggle, more than 5 million francs CFA because of Eric Tato. So I want to thank him so much for that spirit. So I want to thank him. We have to thank our brothers when they do right thing. When you do the right thing, you thank them. When they do something wrong now, you tell them, they will understand better. That's what I've just said. When your people do the right thing, you have to appreciate them. Appreciate your people when they do right. So when they do something that's not good, and you tell them, they will now understand that you are not biased. So thank you so much. We want to thank Mark Barretta for all his tremendous effort for that unity that you saw. Mark Barretta has worked so much behind the scene that you can never know. We want to thank Ashu, this guy, Lucas Ashu. Mr. Lucas Ashu, we want to thank you so much. Mr. Lucas Ashu was one of the first person that was contacted when the Canada, China, the 3C, Canada, China, and this 3C, they came together for this unity movement. They came together, and Lucas Ashu was the first person because he speaks very well. The people were afraid that when they come to Colonel Vela will not listen. When they go to Capo Daniel Facebook, they will not listen. So they came through Lucas Ashu. And Lucas Ashu came to all of us and pleaded on all of us to use our Facebook to preach this unity. One of the first Facebook to have been used, I know that 1, 2, 3 was my Facebook. I'm so proud, very, very proud that my Facebook was used. Even when I did not believe in it, Lucas Ashu know that I did not believe in it. The organizer who called me, the chief organizer of this conference, you people did not see him. You people don't know him. He kept himself always like that. One of the chief organizers, you may have seen him if you were in Washington yesterday. He called me and spoke for an hour. I wish I recorded that call, but if I go back, I will tell you, I'll screenshot you and tell you. For 1 hour, he called me. That time I remember I was in the United States. I was in the United States by then. When he called me, what happened that me and the organizer of this conference spoke for an hour? Because I told him it will not work. Every time that never give up. So when I told the organizer that this thing will not work, the organizer convinced me for 1 hour. I did not listen. I told the organizer that I don't have time for this. And organizer got me, very smart guy. He told me, because Lucas have contacted me, I told Lucas that no, I'm not sure this thing will work. So Lucas told him that Colonel Vela is very stiff to this. So he called me and told me, I told him that no, sir, I don't see this work, sir. I don't have time for this. This will not work. This is just waste of time. And he told me, one of your motto is never give up. What is the meaning of your motto? Every day you say never give up, never give up, never give up. Why are you giving up on this? And he said, young man, can you not try? I put my head down, I put my hands on my hand and I say, whoa, my motto has caught me. You have one of your motto that says you can never please everyone, just do what you know is right. And he asked me, do you believe that unity for Ambazonia is good thing? I told him I have been a unity ambassador for this struggle in 2017 and in 2016 when the struggle started. You all know we were unity ambassadors for the consortium, I work as a unity ambassador for this struggle. I used to frustrate and cry. You saw me crying when I was preaching unity. I said, of course. I have loved unity. I have been a unity ambassador. He said, then, why are you not allowing your Facebook to be used for this unity movement that's coming up? It is not because everyone must believe. He told me not everyone should believe. But it is if we, at the end, we achieve unity. Today, sir, I'm so sorry. I apologize. But I want to thank the Spirit of the Lord that is in me, that finally allowed me to use the platform with Lucas Ashu. I will share the video I made with Lucas Ashu. You will see I was sitting in the video. I was just like this in that video. Lucas was talking every time. We were receiving calls. But you will see me down in that video. That will tell you how unwillingly I was. Nothing good comes easy. The ways of the Lord are filled with thorns, stones, gravel, a lot of hard things, thorns, like crowning with thorns, like the cross. The good things do not come easy. Anything that must be good must have to make you feel unwelcoming, unwilling. Everything that you feel very willing, that you feel very easy to take is not going to lead you to anywhere. The things that are coming with a lot of hardship are things that are actually going to take us to Boya. I cannot testify to the organizer of this, Lucas Ashu, and the organizers. I must have to tell you people that I'm sorry, and I must have to apologize to you people for being very reluctant. But finally, I have to thank the Spirit of the Lord that came upon me and said, Vela, as your motto say, never give up. And as your motto say, you can never please everyone, just do what you know is right. I want to thank people that I was able to defend the motto, my key to success, which is you can never please everyone, just do what you know is right. So finally, I believe unity was the right thing to do. So I came, even though I did not believe in that it could happen, I came to obey that motto. So thank you so much. I will defend that motto every time in my life, that you cannot please everyone, because Ambazonian will never please La Republic, even when we have our independence. Our independence will never ever, please everyone, and we know that. So even La Republic will never ever be pleased with us. So we understand that you can never please everyone, just do what you know is right. What we know is right is our independence, and that we will never give up. So thank you so much, Lucas Ashu. Thank you, the chief organizer. Thank you to everyone that organized, that started this unity movement. Thank you to the people in Toronto. Want to thank you. And thank you the people in Washington. Thank you to the leaders who finally told us frontliners that they have accepted to go to Washington. Because that was the end of confusion. That was the end of division among the leadership and among unity. We want to thank the leaders that accepted that they will have to go that. And we want to thank all the organizers in Canada. We want to thank you for having a soft heart that unity is unity, and it does not matter where unity is coming from. That independence is independence. So the message is that we now see that independence is independence, and it does not matter where the independence comes from. But it must be a rightful independence. So thank you so much. God bless you and have a wonderful time. Thank you for coming today, as I want to play our national anthem right now. So this is the national anthem of Ambazonia to end today's talk show. And thank you so much. JJ Okocha, I miss you. JJ, for where you don't be, you go come up, you must come and apologize. JJ Okocha, you go apologize where you don't be. This JJ Okocha, where we don't be together since consortium time, you work out so fiap and don't know where you don't go. Oh, now, unity don't come. Anyways, thank you plenty. God bless you now. May we play this one way a day. Now we are one family, one Ambazonia. Thank you, Lord. Finally, we have come together as one people. How can we thank Lord? Very special. The only and the highest special way to thank God is to play our national anthem and have respect to our Ambazonian flag. This flag that is very, very ordained and holy. Thank you and God bless you. Everyone, your hand on your chest. Your hands on your chest. Thank you. God bless you. Bye.
Glory to the Lord. heretofore. Here in a nation, for him remains the glory. Glory, glory, glory to the Father, for making you a nation, a joy forevermore. Ambazonian, land of freedom, you shall hear and intimate in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of this nation.
Ambazonian, land of freedom,
you shall hear and plenty made in our need. And your children shall be like the stars above. The Most High God be the watchman of his nation.
No tasang, no school resumption. No tasang, no school resumption. Goodbye. Thank you.